I have a question for you. What's holding you back from being the person you want to be? What's holding you back from being the person you want to be? Is it a job? Is it a relationship barrier? Because obviously, if you're not who you want to be, there's a barrier of some kind within your life. And all too often, we back ourselves in a corner in our own life where we get in this position, right? Where we don't want to talk to anybody. We don't want to see nobody. We don't want to do anything. We don't want to be anything. And we put our own self in solitary confinement. But we shouldn't be worried about what other people think. Because if we hold ourselves back to just worship, then we're putting our own self in solitary confinement to worship the one true King. Because we care about what other people think, and so we back off. And if you want to come here to worship, that's not the attitude to have. You need to be full throttle. Just give it all to God. Just give it all to God. And the writer of Hebrews is saying, look, you don't have to worry about that anymore. We have this confidence, we have this boldness that we can come meet Jesus without having to go through anybody. Maybe you feel like you're surrounded. You feel like that nothing you do is going right. That even when we feel like we're surrounded by burdens, by sickness, by death, by whatever it is, that God knows the plan. So if you know how to build your relationship on a personal level, outside these walls, we come here to help build each other up. But if you build or if you work on your own relationship outside of these walls, then we come here with a heart of worship. I'm no longer going to use the phrase of this building as a church. I'm going to call it the house of worship. Because all too often we say we're going to church. We're going to church. Well, we shouldn't put church on a schedule. We're always the church. So if we can get that mindset that we're not going to church, we're going to the house of worship. Yeah, people's going to call it church. I'm probably going to catch some flack, but it's a house of worship. Because sometimes Satan will enter your life. He'll get in your mind and he'll alter the way that the word is presented. And then you get mad at God. Then you get mad at God's people. Then you get mad at God's house of worship because He calls us to come here. And then you get mad, and this is what causes church divisions, right? Church separations. Because Satan is a wedge. If we allow Satan to come in, then he's going to drive this wedge in a church and he'll split it. That's what a wedge does. It splits wood. So if Satan can drive a wedge in a church, then for one, we're not doing what the writer of Hebrews says. We're not allowing God to work through us. We're not allowing God to spur one another up. We're not allowing us to do good deeds for people.